I've just decided, if it's official, I'm out on Avatar. I just
Okay.
I
Awesome.
don't.
We got a good variety today.
Yeah, I think at this point it's safe to say I just don't fucks with the Na'vi like at all. I just do not like them. Sam, I am. I did not like them in the trees. I do not like them in the seas. Like I am out. I kind of hate them. I hate their
I totally get that from the first
rules.
movie, but this time I must have just been used to him. So like, I guess I don't fuck with them, but I can hang out with them.
Well, hold on. What does this mean? Do you hate the culture? Do you hate the characters and the characterizations? Do you hate their big, dumb, stupid eyes?
Yes, I hate their big, dumb, stupid eyes and their design.
Okay.
I do not like their Slender Man physiques.
Yeah.
I don't like that they have the complexion of a Quickie Mart Slurpee. Every like 30 or 40 minutes, I'm reminded that they also have a bunch of like those little glow in the dark stars that you put on the ceiling of a child's bedroom.
Right,
and like
also,
a henna pattern on their face.
That also look like motion tracking dots.
Yes, they very much remind me of that. I honestly don't even know if they like look good or look bad. I don't think like the quality of the CGI rendering is the issue.
Which is actually, I think, has made some huge strides in really subtle ways that I was really impressed by. Like, again, kind of.
But it's I don't know if it got better or worse because it's still just a big cartoon. Like,
right. No, it still looks like it feels like
this is a cartoon. I mean, without
it's not.
Yeah. This is like I've seen people talking about it's so realistic. I'm like, what are you talking about? No.
Yeah, like what is your framework for realism here? I've seen photorealism thrown around a lot by people like who are wowed by this. I'm like, but how? None of it's real. It's not photorealistic, and like photorealistic compared to what sort of like flying reptilian dog alien? What do you like? What does photoreal mean in that context? There is no context. Well, okay, but there is. This is my problem with it. This is a big cartoon with just enough live action elements to continually pull me back out of the cartoon world,
right?
And be like, oh, right.
Well, I mean, most of the movie you're seeing nothing live action except the lithe muscular body of a 14-year-old boy. The creatures are not supposed to move like humans in water. They're supposed to be much more adept in that. The Na'vi are indigenous to water, or at least
they're still humanoid.
Yeah, but they got tails. They should be able to move better than us. And they do. They move. I don't know what they're capturing.
Right.
This is another problem, though, for me, that the Na'vi are humanoid, but not human, and that you're right. Underwater, the rules are just automatically different. Like you just feel that, like visually, I'm in a different space here, so okay. And these are aliens, but it makes it. I mean, it's true underwater. It's even more true in the trees or wherever, that because we're not even on Earth, we don't have Earth physics, right? And we also have creatures that don't have human physiques doing things. So I have no reference for when they jump around and do a flip and jump off of this thing and onto that mech suit, what I should be impressed by as a physical feat.
That's why spiders there to set the baseline.
Right. Well, this was an issue in the first movie too. It didn't have a spider. Mm-hmm. And even more than that, like Pandora, the environment people kind of go gaga for, like it's this whole alien world. However, it also has these floating Legend of Zelda mountains.
Yeah.
That I think just are a big piece of the terrain here that leave me to completely unable to suss out the physics of any of the basic, like, okay, they're at the edge of a cliff, and if you fall off, I just don't know. How far does a Na'vi have to fall to hurt themselves? Are they going to just float away? Like,
no, they're just gonna,
rocks they're standing on?
They're gonna land on some leaves and do it like a video game.
They're gonna land,
leaf. I'm okay.
Like Catwoman falling through a series of tarps on the side of a building.
Well, yeah, I mean, we talked about, like, in the episode, all these things that are in between us and the characters, our understanding of physics and the cats and all of that. It's like aliens with different bodies and alien planets with different gravity and different water and tails and, all these things that make it just sort of an alien experience to watch. Yeah. And, that's just kind of going to be a less interesting experience for me because it robs it of stakes.
I don't get it because for me, like you said, there's that dissonance between the really heavy core environmentalist message and the completely unnatural look of the entire milieu of these movies just never resolves for me. And in particular, how the thematic representations of nature in this movie are the characters that look the most computery and out of place. And it just you can do that nature versus technology like stuff in an unnatural environment. I mean, in a fully animated movie, they like not, Ferngully, obviously people like to throw around as a dig on the original Avatar, but I think more like something like Princess Mononoke, but
yeah,
because that doesn't have the live action elements that are like intruding and pulling me back out of it. And then also like on the wrong side. Yeah. This, I'm supposed to be on the side of the natural world, except that the only things that look remotely natural are the rapacious humans that, Stephen Lang doesn't even look all that natural either, when he's in human form.
No, he looks all HGH'd out, and But the thing about that is, I love Princess Mononoke. That's a good ass movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Or Spirited Away, great movie to watch. I love watching those movies. I don't understand why this movie why I can't enjoy this as much as those movies. It has so much in common with them, and if you put them all on a checklist, you would have many things that you would click off. It's like, yep. But in the end, it just does not have that Miyazaki thing. It doesn't have the characters, doesn't have the world. It has the message, but like you say, in the end, that is form at war with function.
That's a very good way of putting it.
Yeah.
But the way that sort of seems to open up a new front, or it finds a new uncanny valley, hitherto undiscovered valley of uncanniness. Because the traditional uncanny valley is all about creeping you out when something is lifelike. And the Na'vi don't do that because they're not trying to look human, but there is something like we talked about before, the physics. There's an uncanny valley there where nothing they do feels real or visceral. Like contrast this with Terminator 2, right? And I think of the shot where Arnold's Terminator is getting manhandled by the T-1000, right? And he gets his skull smashed by this big hanging iron beam.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Of course, yes.
Yeah, and that shot looks and feels like visceral and painful in a way like no punch or bullet or anything that the Na'vi take or give at any point in these movies ever does. And it's like, even though like textually speaking, that's an inhuman robot that doesn't actually feel pain the way we understand it. And the Na'vi do presumably have a nervous system that experiences the pain of a bullet wound the same way that we would. But
or maybe not, who knows?
But no, they never throw a punch that seems to land with any weight.
Well, there's the arrows in the face that those guys will occasionally get, but you know what? No, they're not. They're not as good though.
Yeah.